Kings of the Concrete got off to an amazing start this year over in Venice Beach. The event was super successful, and then to follow it up, we're taking Kings of the Concrete to Europe for the first time ever. We've joined up with Omfg, which is a huge movement festival here in Norway. We're excited to bring KOTC to an event that's already rooted in the community and kind of maybe be able to reach some people over in Europe or international athletes that haven't had a chance to come over to the US for the competition yet. As always, I'm excited to see the main event. We got some fresh faces probably entering the comp this time, and the movement is just always insane. Stuff that you don't see in competition gets thrown at KOTC. I already know the competition is going to be heavy, and what a great stage to kick off our first European Kings of the Concrete.
All right, everybody, it's the moment you've been waiting for. Welcome to Kings of the Concrete 4, presented by Tempest. This is the first time we've taken this competition international, and what better way to do it than right here at OMFG. I am Jeff Garrido. I'm here with my host, Josh Dowie. What up, Josh?
Hey, what's good, everybody? Yeah, all right,
Make some noise. We are about to break down into the women's division. This competition is bound to be exciting. Josh, who do we have out here that is looking good?
Oh, buddy. Well, we got Lilu Ruel, who won Kings of the Concrete 1.
Oh yeah, she is a returning champion, but she's actually not defending her crown this time. Over in Venice Beach, we had Hazuki take the crown in the women's division, and she's not here, so we will see kind of a new champion this time.
And Lilu's like, hey, I want that back. Give me
Well,
that.
if there's anybody that can do it, it is Lilu, but we do have a lot of exciting prospects in the contest today, a lot of first-timers as well. We do have 8 women who are competing in a bracket-style competition today, over 5 countries represented. Give it up for your women's division. They are competing today for a Sickest Trick award of $500 plus a grand prize of $5,000, and that's a lot of money for parkour competitions.
We never seen money like that in a free runner's hands before.
Yeah, so these actually are 2 of the largest cash prizes in the sport, I believe, actually.
Holy crap.
So yeah, a lot on the line today. They've been qualifying throughout the year. We take our top athletes from our previous competition. So over in Venice Beach, we had the top athletes now qualify for Oslo automatically. We also take online submissions and then an on-site qualifier as well. We were supposed to have an on-site qualifier yesterday here at OMFG. We actually didn't have enough entrants to run the competition. So what happens?
So instead, they got the golden ticket straight to finals, which makes their lives a lot easier.
Yeah, not a bad deal, right?
Honestly.
But their work is still cut out for them. This is a hard-hitting competition. We are going to go over some rules here for this competition. Let's check those out. So it is a head-to-head format. That means that, you are competing against an opponent. Single elimination. If you lose against your opponent, you're out. That's it. The runs are supposed to be short, about 20 seconds. There's no real strict rule about it, but the judges know short runs. Keep it down to the point. We have a panel of 5 pro judges. These athletes are competing to get votes from the judges. The person with the most votes is going to move on to the next round until you are crowning a winner. It's an overall impression.
Yeah, no need to get into the specifics with points or whatever. It's just who did the doper stuff.
Exactly. And speaking of those judges, we're going to go over our judges panel right now. We have a Tempest Pro athlete, Nate Weston. He's our head judge.
Hey, big up, Nate.
Big up for Nate.
You guys see that side pre on that bar he did? Still got it.
We got the pole slide man, Joe Scandrett.
Working the pole.
I love Joe because he's such a street-style athlete, now judging somewhat of a street-style competition. Travis Verkey, also a guy from the UK.
Was that world's first Kong double gainer as well? Big up.
Our female judge, Lisa Schneider.
The gate crasher.
And then he hates when I call him out like this. But the internet sensation, Flip Like Z, Zizaramba.
Also, world's first cast Kong gainer full. Big up for that. Let's go, Z.
We kind of joke about the internet thing, but he is he's a respectable athlete. He is insane.
Spectacular.
So we're going to take a look at our bracket here. Again, 8 women going to head to head. Lilu, one of our previous champions, up there at the top of the list. Here to maybe get another title, get another crown under her belt.
Got some nasty gainers, some nasty double
we got a couple
twists.
first-timers in here as well, and a super young competitor, Eris Zhang, who has made a couple appearances, and she's, 8 or 9 years old, I think?
Yeah, not her first time at Kings of the Concrete, or her second.
All right, We got the rules. We got our athletes set. Let's kick it off. Let's jump right in, guys. Make some noise. We're about to go right into it. Round 1, match 1. We're starting off with Lilu Ruel.
Let's go. Give it up, everybody.
Lilu is a Red Bull athlete, so you've been seeing tons of videos of her traveling the world, doing all kinds of cool content in media, but she's also such a competitor as well. I don't know where she finds the time to really train for these kinds of things, but we're going to see her going hard for sure.
A true multifaceted artist.
And stylish. I mean, look at the outfit even.
Yeah, how are you wearing oh, that's a do-rag. I was going to say, was that a beanie? How are you wearing that in this weather? And the sunnies, come on. Big up the style.
All right, so Lilu's gonna get prepped up there. She's gonna take the stage. She's gonna give our judges a thumbs up when she's ready to go, and they're gonna get to work. It's always tough at Kings of the Concrete doing these 1v1 matchups. It's an overall impression, so sometimes it's not easy to decide.
Well, and also one thing that's unique to Kings of the Concrete is the competitors are not able to see each other's runs when they're battling each other.
Yeah, that's right. It is a blind format. I mean, if you go second in a matchup, you have a huge advantage seeing what the first person does. So Lilu's giving the thumbs up. It looks like we're ready. All right, give it up for Lilu.
Come on.
That's the highest bar I've ever seen on a competition
swing
course.
cast on that blue box.
Nice. The connections are actually pretty good right here. This is a big drop. What she got? Oh, hanging down on our KOTC banner.
Whoa,
all
that
right.
is not a grippy
It's not done yet.
Let's go.
Right on with the hat catch at the end.
Air awareness, and how are you doing your flip off of that wall?
All right, so we saw so much like vertical ground cover there, starting on the highest bar on the course and then making her way down off the big drop. And a couple signature Lilu moves in there. That cork D-leg. Used to seeing that one.
Yeah, that is a Lilu classic right there.
Okay, on to our next athlete. Taking the stage now, Mer van Haustede.
Come on, man.
Give it up for Mer.
Yeah.
This is Mer's first time at KOTC. Have you seen her in the competition circuit elsewhere, Josh?
Yeah, Project Underground. Oh, let's go. Looking at the course one last time. It is all still there.
All right, opening trick. Side flip across the gap. Not an easy gap with the amount of run-up that you have. It's actually quite difficult. You need a lot of power for that, and she's demonstrating it well.
Dive roll there.
Kind of maybe a slip up there on the roll. Probably not what she wants. Let's see if it affects the rest here.
Let's go, smiling the whole time as well.
Maybe not the run she wanted. It kind of maybe, throwing the hands up like that at the end, you can tell maybe not what she would have liked to put down, but...
Yeah, might have needed a little bit more to crush Lilu, but we're going to have to see what the judges think.
Decent run nonetheless.
And over there, ready to hold hands, is Noah Diorgina, Red Bull athlete.
So right now, our judges are contemplating who they want to pick. They're going to hold up a black or a white paddle that corresponds with the Kings of the Concrete jerseys. So we'll see pretty quickly here who our winner is for this matchup. All right.
Lilu takes it.
Clean sweep across the board. I think with Mer's slip up on the dive roll and just maybe a few less moves in there, it's what you could have expected.
Just a harder hitting run overall. Makes sense.
All right, and with that, we're going to get right into our next matchup. It's going to move quick, guys. Kings of the Concrete always does, and it goes faster and faster as we get into the easier rounds or the quicker rounds here. So we're going to bring out the next athlete. Going up first is Eris Zing,
our youngest competitor. There she is.
You'll see some athletes kind of pointing around the course. They're just making sure that, hey, I'm doing hard tricks. I don't want to land on a cameraman or have them interrupt the flow. So if you see that going on.
And Eris is introducing us to a completely different side of the course, taking a different approach.
This course is huge. There's so many opportunities, and you don't need to cover all the ground, especially in a Kings of the Concrete kind of line. So looks like we got a go-ahead card from the judges. See what Eris does.
Yeah, let her hear it, everyone. Yup. Let's go, Eris. Oh, A-twist.
Cork!
Oh, tricky placement on that cork.
Wow, that's a higher level skill than we've seen probably.
Whoa!
Yeah, straight into cat.
You've
Oh,
never
the
seen that
connections.
before.
The audience here is loving the connections so far. And the
Come
classic Ares
on.
helicoptero at the end. That was actually a great run.
What a run. Man, that back bridge into cat, are you kidding me?
So in Kings of the Concrete, you really want to do hard-hitting moves that leave a lasting impression, but the creativity, the things like that where you kind of use the course in a unique way, that's really what gets the judges' attention.
That back bridge left an impression with me for sure.
All right, and with that, we're going to go straight for our next athlete. We're going to bring out Floor van Wijlik.
There's Floor, everyone. Ooh, starting on that same side of the course, different tower though.
It is unique to see kind of some athletes gravitate, you know, even in these head-to-heads, they gravitate towards the same areas. I wonder if there's anything about like knowing who you're going against that kind of sways you in a way to choose where you want to do your line.
And here we go.
Goes right off into it.
Nice A-twist there.
So far, some similar moves we saw from Eris, but the connections are good. She's moving very quickly, and that is important for your score here. Nice
Whoa!
pistol back, sticks it.
Pistol.
All right, Josh, break it down. What do we see just now?
Well, that pistol back was definitely the highlight for me, and we had a little kind of half-pipe moment in the back going back and forth. We're going to have to see if the judges enjoyed that one.
Judges contemplating right now. We should get a flip any moment here. This is a tough one, though. I mean,
And man, Eris's cork up there. You missed that. It's a big tumble down.
that did bring a level of difficulty, too, maybe to her run versus Floor's here, but both had really good connections, so tough job here for the judges. And, yeah.
Eris takes it.
Why do you think Eris took that one?
Well, the back bridge into cat for sure was a big highlight. A lot of creativity,
points,
right?
Yeah.
Right, because like what is someone going to remember after seeing a run, right?
All right, so we're right on into our next matchup. We have coming to the floor, Miranda Tibley.
Let's go.
So Miranda was actually an alternate today. She just entered the competition like maybe an hour and a half ago.
Let's go.
She wasn't planning to compete necessarily, but we had a dropout and she stepped up to the plate. So kudos to her. It's not easy coming into the competition last minute like that. You haven't had as much time to practice. You haven't even had the kind of mental and emotional prep that a lot of athletes get, knowing they're going to compete. So
And Miranda's got a really different skill set as well. Some really clean TDRs, and is able to cover ground in a really alternative manner.
well, we'll see if we get exactly that, Josh. Some of those different moves, TDR tricks and variations.
I would love to see that.
Miranda's coming out of Sweden, right?
That's right, straight out of Sweden, baby. All right, we got a thumbs up from Miranda. Kill it!
All right, Miranda, let's see what you got.
Let's
All
go, Rays!
Nice flow. Again,
Back
you
up
don't
we
want to
go.
spin.
Slide across the gap to another
combos
one.
it. The pop side is so hard off of that because you're taking the impact down after that gap, and wow.
There's
good
that
ender.
TDR.
She kept it moving the whole time. She kept the connection short and brief. That's what you want. Not a lot of fluff, just good moves linked well. I think she did a great job of doing that as well.
Yeah, very nutritious run.
Nutritious. Snack on that one for a little bit, guys.
That's right, chew on that.
The judges definitely need to take that one in, take into consideration what's going on, and we already got our next athlete taking the course.
There's
Coming to the
Ima.
stage is Ima Balstoro. Also new to the Kings of the Concrete stage here.
That's
and she's
right.
going up with, against somebody who has kind of some competition experience, Miranda. Do you think that plays a factor in the outcome?
Potentially, and Ima's also another side flip specialist, so I wonder how she's going to be using them differently on the course.
Well, Miranda had some side flip combos in there, so we'll see if Ima can put it up against hers. Again,
Getting them last checks in.
athletes taking kind of the same side of the course in the matchups.
All right, here we go.
Wow,
Let's
there it is.
go!
Like you said, Josh, the side flip on a
Impact
big
Central.
gap, too. Nice.
Hey,
A-twist.
twist. Clean
Everything
landing, too.
Everything has landed really well so far. Heading to the back here. Webster off.
Very nice,
there.
and that's it for Ima.
All right, so I think we saw a couple, duality of styles here. Miranda linking and packing stuff in, and then Ima doing like that big gap there at the front. We'll see what lasts in the judges' impression here.
Yeah, if they're looking for a diversity of moves, I think Miranda has a little bit of an advantage there, but you never know what the judges might like.
Okay, back to the drawing board for the judges. Oh, we got a flip.
There's Miranda.
It's unanimous for Miranda. She's going on into the next round. And just like that, we're into the last matchup of the first round for the women's division.
Man, this thing moves like a bullet train.
And it's only going to get quicker. So coming to the stage now, we got Isa Janssen.
Hey, Isa.
Isa, you said competed at Project Underground.
That's right. Last year, won some Pit Vipers from me.
Yeah, Josh is a big fan of the sunglasses. I don't know how you free run in those things.
Bro, they never fall off.
All right, Isa's going to go up to her judges, kind of letting them know, like, hey, there might be a spot like that's difficult to see. Something we haven't really done with KOTC in the past, and let me maybe break down as to why. So, Kings of the Concrete is changing locations. With it, you get different courses. Omfg has this court built for us here, and it is a different style of what we usually do. So you'll see different styles of athletes maybe doing better, and that's kind of a cool part about going to different spots.
And the funny thing about the steel decks is also sometimes they feel harder than actual concrete.
Oh, yeah, and scarier, too. I mean, you can see through it, so it feels like you're really high up when there's no walls on anything. All right, here we go.
Thumbs up.
Kicking off the last matchup of the first round, we got Isa Janssen. Give it up, crowd.
We got something going on in the back for sure. The judges had to move to see this next thing.
That is a high platform. You don't think she's going off the back, do you?
I think it's the highest platform on the setup.
All right, Isa.
Here we go. Oh, starting laying down. What's going to happen here? Oh, pump side flip. What a low surface to land that on.
Unique trick to put in the start of your run. That's how you get the judges' attention for sure. Precision backflip. That's a technical trick there. I don't know if you could see it, but she was standing on that bar there.
Yeah, crazy placement on that move.
Linking a backflip out of that, like the landing down onto the bar, is really tough.
And usually for that pull side flip, that's something that you see people do all the way to the floor, but doing it up high, you do run the risk of falling off. So props to Isa for doing that so well. And here's our next competitor.
We got Jenny Nieminen taking the stage. Also her first appearance at Kings of the Concrete. She's going to wrap us up here for the last matchup of the first round. haven't seen her practice at all. I'm curious to see how she does.
Oh, here we go. Gainer right off the bat.
Okay, flow is decent here. She's making her way, again, vertically down the course.
Oh, what a
That's
backflip.
definitely a harder, higher caliber trick that's going to earn her some points with the judges. And a cast back!
Castaway!
Oh my gosh, that was actually a great run. We had a couple really hard tricks in there, which are going to score you the points you need to overcome your opponent. The flow, I would say maybe not as nice as
Might get knocked some points for that. But
the tricks
the castaway, like, who's going to do a castaway there? Like, it's a very unusual spot for that.
And again, scary because there's no wall. So the judges are going to deliberate here. We're going to see a flip very soon. And that's going to wrap up our first round. And there it is. We got all
Yenny.
unanimous for Yenny.
Very nice.
All right, so Josh, what do we see?
So Yenny had a good diversity of tricks.
So that was a great first round. The women's competition, not sure if we were going to get enough interest to even fill it out. Luckily, we did last minute, and wow, it was great. What were some of your takeaways, your big picks?
Oh, okay. I really, really like Miranda's TDR back. That pull side flip by Issa Jansen went so hard. And then Eris's freaking back bridge over at that slanted wall, I'm still thinking about that one.
Yep, and we got a Lilu who's already has a crown going into the next round, so we'll see if she can make it to the top this time around. We're going to kick it to a short break. We'll be right back with more women's division here at Kings of the Concrete 4.
Yes, sir.
All right, we are already into our semifinals for the women's division here at Kings of the Concrete 4 in the women's division. We saw a couple really good runs in the first round. We had Lilu Ruel go straight through, Eris Zhang, Miranda tabling, and then we got Yenny and Yeminin all advancing. They're now battling it out for the finals.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing this first battle. It's going to be interesting to see what else Lilu's left in store. And then Eris, just with these creative choices, I'm really curious where she's going to take us next on the course.
A seasoned competitor versus the youngest competitor. So we're going to jump right into it. We're ready to go. We're going to bring back out onto the course Lilu Ruel.
Get on out there.
Lilu, again, showing her signature style in her first run. I wouldn't say she played it safe, but I know she's probably got more in the tank, so I'm really excited to see what she brings here and maybe a little more high-stakes matchup.
Well, one thing that she's brought to the course is another hat.
Wow, I didn't even notice, Josh. She did change wardrobe.
I noticed these things.
All right, Lilu's getting set. Crowd, give it up. We are into our semifinals already for the women's division.
Yeah, let her hear it. And no two competitors with the same starting zone.
All right, thumbs up to our judges.
Let's do this thing.
Lilu.
360
down. So stylish, floating through the air. And double! I saw her
twist!
setting up. I was wondering if we would see a single or a double twist. The double is definitely riskier, and she's still flowing out of it.
Let's
Here
go!
we go! A perfect run.
That is what we expect from Lilu.
So I said perfect, but there was maybe a tiny bit of hands down on that double A twist. Probably not a big deal, Josh. What do you think?
It's not a points competition. Like, the double twist was still sick.
I think she carried her momentum out of it super well, and that's going to last with the judges. So
Well,
here we
also
go.
she didn't lose any energy.
We're going to launch right here into our next competitor, Eris Zhang. Again, showing off some really creative moves in her first run, and I think she's going to play to that advantage, especially against Lilu, who she knows has power moves, where Eris shows off some more maybe creative stuff. All right, Eris taking the course. Probably a tall feat for her to even climb up some of this stuff.
Yeah, some of these obstacles are twice the height for her.
Hey, I'm right there with you, Eris. I am not vertically blessed.
Shout out our short kings and queens.
Okay, so Eris
Of the
on
concrete.
stage. Here we go. Starting on the left side of the course, just like Lilu. Again, we're seeing a lot of people kind of aligning on their course selection. The focus. You see them kind of doing these preps and these mental, like, I don't know, this mental prep.
Thumbs up from the judges.
Could
It's
mean
time to
something
kick
big
this
is
off.
coming. Could mean something big is coming. And what has she got? A twist down. Gap, or,
To an aerial.
gap the size of her.
Signature
Nice.
floor work.
Here we go. Maybe one last big trick. Backflip.
Let's
She's calling it
go.
there. All right, Josh.
Taking
Pretty
us
good
for a
run.
cruise around that neighborhood over there.
It was cruisy. I know Eris has back fulls, and she maybe wanted it there at the end. What do you think? Was she saving it? Was she
Yeah,
trying to save?
just
Did
a
she
brief
decide?
moment of hesitation there might have affected her decision. But Lilu did come with the harder hitting tricks there. We're going to have to see what the judges liked out of all that.
All right, down to the judges, and we got a flip.
Lilu!
Lilu taking it straight across the board. She's going to be advancing to the finals. Wow, we already have one person set for the finals.
Dang, let's go.
So we have a returning crowned champion, now set to possibly get it again. And in this matchup here, we're going to find out who goes against her. So taking the stage first, we have Miranda Tibbling.
Hey, what's up, Miranda?
Miranda from Sweden, who, you know who else is from Sweden? One of our multi-champions, Ellis Torhall, who she trains with a lot. And you can tell in her style. She's got some good power tricks. Oh, what are we seeing here? Is she...
All right, that's a no-go.
Looks like she's calling out. Oh, that's unfortunate. You never want to see this happen, but these athletes are taking high impact, and they got to make the right call.
Yeah, you got to check in with yourself at every step.
So yeah, I'm just getting it now. It sounds like she's injured and making the call not to run. We're going to have our next athlete out here, Jenny Nieminen, taking the stage. All right, give it up, guys, for Jenny.
Where you at? There she is.
So again, this is a blind format. Jenny doesn't know what's going on. To keep it fair, I mean, she might have some sort of idea and do a safe run here, but you know, this is Kings of the Concrete. We all want some entertainment anyway, so let's give it up for Jenny and hope she puts down a solid run.
That's right. Put on a show, Yenny.
All
right, thumbs
Little
up.
Thumbs up over the tallest platform back there.
Here we go.
All right.
There's that castaway.
Nice.
Little
Wow,
over
falling
rotation.
back there. Saved it. That would not have been fun to drop off of right there. Oh,
Oh, devil
whoa!
drop.
The amount of strength needed to do a devil drop off a flat wall like that. Oh, a little bit over rotation. Gonna call it right there.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
All right, so some slip-ups for sure. I don't think enough to, you know, do too much. And again, we did have Miranda opt to not take a run. So easy judges flip here. Let's see what happens.
What if? And that was your final match. Okay,
There it is.
let's
Okay,
go.
Yenny taking it across the board. I think we knew that was going to happen there with Miranda opting not to take a run. And just like that, that was our last matchup of the semifinals. We're now set for our finals. Josh, what did you see?
So
All
a
right.
couple over rotations in Yenny's run over there. She's gonna have to just dial back that power just a little bit. But in a competition like this, the nerves can really make you push a little bit extra, and sometimes it's a bit too much.
Yeah, and those nerves really hit in a semifinals. So that went super fast. It was a good semifinals, though. We saw Lilu come with a banger run, super powerful, super well connected, and now she's in the hot seat for taking the crown again. So we're actually going to kick to a quick little break, and we will be back soon with Kings of the Concrete.
Don't go anywhere.
I can't believe we are already here, the women's final. And what a final we have set up for us, Josh. Who is in this final matchup?
So we got Lilu Ruel and Yemi Yeminen.
Wow. Two heavy hitters. Yemi has power moves for sure, but she's up against a returning champion, Lilu Ruel, Red Bull athlete. It's a tall order, and we're going to launch straight into it.
Man, Lilu's looking locked in.
All right, taking the stage first, we have Lilu Ruel. All right, taking the stage, Lilu.
All right, we got another different starting position.
Okay, we've seen Lilu mostly on the left side of the course. She's now over on the right. Definitely lends itself to some bigger moves over there, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I wonder what she's going to be setting up for across this gap here.
How do you know she's going across, Josh?
Yeah, what if she's going underneath it?
Actually, you know, some athletes kind of have. Who was it? Issa that did that pull side and then kind of came through the bottom there?
That's right. Okay, just doing her little dance.
Doing her little dance. Preparing for giant moves, you mean?
Big dance.
Big dance. All right, Lilu, kind of a lot on the line here. Missed out on KOTC Venice Beach due to some injuries. Back again to see if she can reclaim the crown.
And looking like she didn't lose any progress at all.
Not at all. If anything, she's looking better than ever.
Yeah,
Her
locked
first
in
couple
as
of runs.
ever.
She's like, come on, where's the energy at, guys? I'm
That's
about to
right.
hurl myself across these platforms.
All right, thumbs up. Our final round.
All right, Lilu, kick it off. Dive roll
Whoa.
across.
Straight
Cork
into
down.
that cork.
Wow, the pacing is so good. Big gator.
Hey!
Oh!
Stops.
Double
Oh my
Hands
goodness.
up! Okay, that run was amazing. That's a type of finals run you want to see. Lilu in her signature style, big tricks, good connections. Josh,
Wow. double cork at the end of all that. That's
So,
going to take some energy.
Let's talk about that. I mean, she did the gainer gap, which was already a huge trick.
Whoa.
The run before was also pretty flawless, and then to end with a double cork. Did she even need to?
Well, sure, why not?
It is the Kings of the Concrete finals. You never know what you need to throw, so you gotta go hard. And now, taking the stage, Jenny Yeminen.
Let's go, Yenny. And she's just got to dial back that rotation just a little bit more, and she's got to lock these tricks in.
Oh, she's straight in.
Here we go already.
Wow, dang. Similar start from her last. Actually, the same run from
There
her
we
last
go.
run.
That's a cleaner
so far,
landing.
Wall flip. Everything is landing much, much better. This is
And
where
these
she
connections are
over-rotated.
looking- oh.
Still, maybe it was an over-rotation on purpose? I thought she was going to roll back into the wall there.
And we're gonna
Good
call it
recovery
there.
for sure. Okay, Josh, we just saw a lot of stuff go down. Definitely a heavy decision from the judges, but we're not going to do the decision yet. Judges aren't going to flip their cards because we need to talk about a few things.
And
Well,
Noah's
how
just
would
going to
you-
keep holding their hands.
How would you compare those two runs there?
Well, Lilu definitely got a lot more airtime. Like, as a gainer guy, I really appreciate the big gainers.
Yeah, that gainer could go for best trick, which, by the way, we are going to be awarding a best trick. That's $500 and a next level chain. Excuse my language there, but that's what's on the chain.
That's what
'cause
it's called?
Yeah, next level, next level tricks, man. And then, of course, we're going to award our new queen of the concrete with a crown and $5,000. So we'll be right back soon. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, the winner of Kings of the Concrete 4. All right, give it up for these women's competitors. We just saw some amazing free running go down, and now it's time to crown some winners. First, we are going to do our Sickest Trick Award. This person is going to win $500 and a nice little chain to go with it. Just a reminder, this award could go to any of the competitors. You don't have to be in the final or win the thing to get the award. It could have happened at any time. So we're going to do that now. You guys ready? All right, taking home the Sickest Trick Award with the gainer gap over here, Lilu Riwo! All right. Are we grabbing competitors back out here? Noah, can we get you back out? We're going to announce our new Queen of the Concrete. Well, Queen of the Concrete for Oslo. You guys ready? With a judge's flip, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, flip. Lilu across the board! Lilu. All right, no stranger to the throne. But how's it feel to take the first win in Oslo for KOTC?
Amazing. I don't know. I mean, it's so sick to be all together, like here in Oslo, and being able to just enjoy what we are doing. And thank you guys for everything. Thank you.
So you missed out on Venice Beach. You had some injuries. It looks like you're back and doing pretty well. How was it entering this comp after maybe like a little hiatus off? Was it difficult?
Yeah, it was difficult, but especially like stamina thing, like no cardio at all. But since it's like 20-second combo, it's easier to create a line. So I think I did great, actually.
You did amazing. Your runs were insane. Hard tricks, landed well. That's what you love to see here at Kings of the Concrete. Thank you guys for tuning in for the women's division at the first ever Kings of the Concrete Oslo. So stoked to go international finally with this competition, and we really appreciate you guys watching. Let's hear it, guys, one more time. Come on. Give it up for all the competitors, not just your new champion. They all just threw down for you guys out here. Welcome back to Kings of the Concrete.
Yo.
This is our fourth stop of the Kings of the Concrete competition series, and we're in a new place. This is the first time we've gone international with the event, and here we are in Oslo, Norway. We've joined up with Oslo Movement for their Movement Festival, OMFG, and wow, what an event. I'm Jeff Garrido, I'm here with Josh Dowie.
What's going on, everybody?
Wow, this is an event that is sure to show us some insane action, but first, let's take a look back at KOTC Venice Beach.
Going into KOTC, I'm really locked in. I definitely feel really prepared this year, and I feel really confident in my ability to.
Yeah, I've been following Rai Rai since he was very, very young. And so I've seen Rai Rai growing up, and he's always just been so dedicated and focused. And so when I saw him locking in this year to like win the thing, I thought there was a really good chance he could do it. I mean, Rai Rai threw down crazy. It seemed like he had prepped, banger runs for the whole competition, and he wanted to see it through. He's like, yo, I don't care who I'm facing in the end.
At some point, in my opinion, I think everyone is gonna have the same moves, right? So for me now, it's like, okay, what makes me stand out? Why am I so different, and why am I the best?
So he has this matchup with Shea Rudolph, both of them phenomenal runs, probably two of my favorite runs from the whole event. Rai just blew everybody's mind.
Oh, here we go. Croc touchdown.
Double
Side! Then run!
Hard tricks, short and sweet, to the point, connected super well. He did everything perfect, but Shea also did that.
Gator double full!
Oh my gosh. Twin parkour, just trick after trick after trick.
Whoa! Full!
When I saw Rai's line against Shea's, I was like, oh, he might not actually pass right now.
The judge's decision.
In that moment, I was like, well, I guess there goes that idea for Rai. Everybody's so good, and you can meet someone, you know, early on in the bracket that kicks you out for the rest of the competition, and then there goes your chances. Unbeknownst to me, Shea's injured. He can't run. The broadcast team is behind the scenes. They're scrambling. They're trying to figure out what to do, you know, what is fair, what is the right thing to do.
Oh, we got an official word. Rai.
Rai's gonna take
Rai's taking.
The narrative kind of going into Kings of the Concrete 3 is Ellis is back. He's still defending his title, and he also has more at stake this time. He has a three-peat.
Moving into the semifinals with Rai now going up against Ellis Torhall, he could potentially dethrone the champ.
Not to say that, like, Ellis doesn't surprise me anymore, but it was an Ellis run. It was gangster. It was so good. The difficulty was there. The connections were great. In a weird way, I was almost more anxious and scared to see what Rai was about to do. Yeah, Rai's up there. He's thinking out this move. We don't know what's coming our way. We just know that Rai's stuck up there trying to do it. But he's in the same spot as Ellis. He's looking at the same gap as Ellis. My heart's pounding. I'm thinking, don't do it. I'm thinking, do it.
Double gator gap! Let's go!
Gotta be locked in now.
Battle of the double gator!
Full in! Laid it well.
Come on!
Very similar.
Yes, sir!
Run to Ellis right now.
Triple!
Oh my God!
Are you kidding me?
Rai, Abian!
Snatching it, never.
The crowd rushes over to Rai on the side of the course. Felt like we just watched the final and Rai had already won. Then we had to recollect ourselves and go all over again.
To our men's final. We got Ryan Abiang going up against Denali.
Here we go.
Double side!
Unlike a foot of a drop.
Frog gator like nothing!
Just moving from one banger to the next. Big cast out. Is it what I think it is? Full!
Full!
After
Let's
a
go!
full.
That was a final run! That was indeed
Watching Rai overcome that moment was iconic to say the least. But then watching him go and take the crown, that to me is like what sports are made of.
All right, welcome back to Kings of the Concrete. Give it up!
What's up, everybody?
We have some insane action coming your way. Practice was already looking crazy, so we know we're in for it, guys. A real treat. Wow, a competition coming up. But first, we have to talk about Venice Beach. We have the athletes compete out there to make their way into this competition. We took some of the top qualified athletes from that one to come out to Oslo to compete internationally for the first time at Kings of the Concrete.
Boy, and those qualifiers were insane. I went home with a hoarse voice. I was screaming after watching some of that stuff.
Yeah, yesterday we saw athletes come out, go into a jam session format, throw down their hardest tricks just to make it into the 1v1s today where they have to throw even harder tricks to beat their opponent.
And to their benefit, not having the jam style, they're able to focus, they're able to have their space on the course, and they don't have to get the attention of the judges this time.
Yeah, well, tough competition nonetheless. Those 10 athletes made it into the final today, which leads us to having 16. We have a bracket of 16. That's 8 matchups starting out. We got 16 athletes, over 9 countries here. That's a lot of countries.
Boy, and they are going to be competing for a 5,000 cash prize.
That's right. That is one of the biggest in our sport, by the way. $5,000. Maybe not a lot for some other sports, but for ours, that's actually huge. They're also taking home a shiny new crown if they get crowned King of the Concrete. Also, though, Josh, we got one more thing. The sickest trick.
Oh, yeah, what's that called again?
The next level, well, I won't say.
A business.
NLS chain, and $500 goes to the athlete that throws down the best trick. And that doesn't have to be the winner. That's anybody in the entire competition, whether you get eliminated or not. Speaking about eliminations and all that, let's go over some rules, man. So, shorter runs in Kings of the Concrete. You want to see the hard tricks, you want to see them linked well, about 20 seconds per run. Not a lot of time, make it short and sweet. This is a head-to-head format. If you get knocked out by your opponent, you're done, man. You have to make your way to the finals. I think it's, 4 rounds they have to do? That means 4 parkour lines.
Woof.
And man, is that a tall order. So
That is
again,
a lot.
you're going up against an opponent. We have a panel of pro judges, 5 of them, who are going to throw up a color paddle for the jersey that they think should move on. And yeah, it's an overall impression, guys. Whoever gets the most votes from the judges, based on just everything they did, they get to move on.
It's about the vibes, guys. We're trying to see who's got the best vibes.
No, really though, you have to make a lasting impression with the judges. So yeah, speaking of our judges, let's kind of give a little introduction to who we have on our panel. 5 pro athletes. First up, Nate Weston, a Tempest Pro. Give it up for Nate Weston.
Absolute legend on the bars.
We got pole slide man himself from the UK, Joe Scandry.
Hey, what's up, Scandy?
Oh man, I love this guy's power and style. Travis Berkey on the panel.
Absolute
Also
master
from
of
the
the
UK.
con gainer.
Seriously, twisting, power jumps, he's got it all. We have a female judge in the mix, Lisa Schneider.
What's up, Schneider?
Also a powerhouse. And then last but not least, we got Z Zaramba. Okay, so we have a stacked bracket.
Whoa.
A lot of returning athletes, but a lot of spots that got filled at our on-site qualifiers. Who do we have, Josh?
All right, so we got Shay Rudolph of Twin Parkour fame versus Che Kirshner, followed by Xander Levitt, Ed Scott.
Ed Scott is a first time at KOTC, but we've been wanting him here for a long time.
Yeah,
Isn't
can you
that
believe
right?
it's his first Kings of the Concrete?
No, seriously, yeah. We got a couple really crazy matchups here. Dom Tomato, everybody knows him from Instagram. He made it in at the on-site qualifiers. He's going up against a tall order. Tomoyo Suzuki, who was at Venice Beach.
Yeah, 2 very different styles that'll be going head-to-head in that matchup.
And you know, I want to talk about Venice Beach really quick because we had something interesting happen. Shay Rudolph, who's in our top seed right now, he is seeded best to make it to the finals. He actually got out in Venice Beach. I mean, he was supposed to advance, but due to an injury, our current champion, Rai, had a second chance in the competition.
Hey,
He
but
went
this
up
time
against
he's back.
Ellis, he took him out, and now Shay's back.
Yeah, that's right. He's back and he is in one piece, baby. He is in fine form.
So we were just talking about him, and we're going to start this competition off with him. We're jumping right in with our first competitor, Shay Rudolph. Shay is so cool. He's just known for connections, and this is a pretty big connection comp. So,
And fun fact about Shay, he actually has a twin brother.
you know, I'm an identical twin as well, Josh.
Oh,
So maybe I can use some of the twin connection and learn some tricks from twin parkour.
hitting him with the 2 for fun fact.
You know, we did see both twins in the previous Kings of the Concrete, but this time in Oslo, we just have Shay. I'm not mad about it, but come on.
And, yeah, what was in that purple bag? Was that groceries?
No, you might see some of these athletes chalking up their hands, just leave the extra grip on the bar. Yeah, it's like a white powdery thing. For anybody that isn't into parkour, just makes it grippy. We don't want anybody slipping off bars here. So we're gonna get started here. Shay's taking the course. He's gonna wait for our judges to give him the green light, and we're gonna see something crazy.
Oh, here we go. Starting with something big.
Wow,
Full up gainer!
The style and the stall, the way he waits in the air for that is just so nice to look at. The flow, like I said, is great. Twin parkour, known for their connections, their big tricks as well. This might be one of them.
Oh! What the heck?
Okay!
Wow!
So he does a hip circle, and then you have no idea what's coming out of it. What does he do, Josh?
Dude, I thought he was gonna cast away and instead go straight into that dive roll.
Twin parkour is known to do the hip circle to castaway. Instead, he does dive roll. And I think that surprise factor is actually a great thing to throw in your run to keep the judges remembering you. And look, here we go. We're right into it. Our next competitor entering the stage is Che Kirshner. So Che was actually an add-in athlete at the last minute. We had a dropout in the bracket. And had to go to Che and say, hey, dude, I know there's like a few hours till the comp. Are you down?
And I think this is his first ever international competition. Everyone give it up for Che.
Wow.
His first time on the international stage.
Well, maybe sort of a newbie to comp, but his moveset is still, well, he's going up. He's going up.
All right.
Thumbs up to the judges standing at the highest point of the course.
The highest in the room.
Could be big. You have to start balancing on
Oh,
that
drop
thing. Okay.
precision to the platform.
Big impact.
Yeah,
Flow
nice
is
steps.
nice. So far, not a ton of extra steps in the run. Maybe a slip up in the momentum there, but he's going to carry through nicely. Here we go.
Big running gainer!
Oh, big over rotation. Let's see if he's going to continue. Cork off the end.
All right.
Great run from Che. I must say, getting added in late, he maybe played it safe, did something he was still proud of, but maybe not at his best. Still, great run, Che.
Bro, fair enough. For his first ever international competition, man, the nerves have got to be crazy.
And a tall order going against a competition veteran, Shea Rudolph. So, hopefully he's stoked about it. We don't know the outcome yet. We're going to throw it to our judges for a paddle flip and see who is moving on after our first battle.
And the competitors are holding hands with the legend, Callum Powell.
Storer in the house.
Yeah,
Here we
big
go. Unanimous for Shea Rudolph in the white jersey. Moving on to the second round.
Very nicely
done. Give it up
done.
for both athletes.
Absolutely. Bro, that hip circle, the dive roll.
Okay, and we're right on with it. Kings of the Concrete goes so fast, man. Short, punchy runs, taking the stage. We got Xander Levitt.
Let's go, Xander.
Xander's coming out of the Sessions Gym in the Bay Area. Shout out your local communities. Xander has been doing parkour since he's a little kid there, and look at him now on a world stage, about to blow our minds.
And one of the masters of the double side flip.
Yeah, he can do it flat ground. For anybody watching from home, a double side flip is 2 rotations over your head while doing flips, but he does it on flat ground. Usually you need 8 feet to pull that off?
And it looks like he's pretty much set. That's a thumbs up from him.
Right, starting back in the little hidey hole there.
Where you at?
All right, straight to the bar. Definitely one of his strong points. There we go.
Nice. Palm flip.
Connection to palm flip is nice, rapid.
Ooh, high lache as well.
You don't see a lot of athletes moving back up the course.
Front
It's so
catch.
difficult. Oh, wow. I want to talk about it, but the run isn't done. Here we go. Big swing catch.
Oh, with the kick out.
He's looking stoked. Josh, let's talk about the bar combo there because he did a dive catch over the bar. Why is that so scary?
Well, because if you miss the bar, you're diving head first from what, maybe 10 feet up?
Maybe a little bit more. He did it on the top one. Xander definitely throwing in the difficulty and danger element to score some points with the judges. Let's see if it pays off against Ed Scott, who's taking the stage now. Our next competitor. Again, another competition veteran. What do you got to say about Ed?
Oh, Ed is no stranger to competition. He is so locked in. We went for a run this morning, and he is feeling good.
Dude, doesn't Ed have a nickname just kind of based on how much of a brute he is?
Yeah, he's called the fridge, man. And he knows how to pack it in nutrition-wise.
Well, he's probably going to pack in the moves in this run as well. Usually Ed Scott comes through with really big power moves, really good connections, and the surprise elements you want to see at Kings of the Concrete. He hasn't been to this competition exactly, but yeah, no stranger to competing. So Ed's probably over there chalking up, taking, wow, I think that's his, he needs some hype, guys. Hype him up. He's taking an interesting starting point over here on the left of the course.
Yeah, what a
For the
crazy
crowd that's
place.
wondering where Ed Scott just disappeared to, maybe a big run up for something huge. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, we are about to see some airtime, that's for sure. Here he comes.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, card side
Off
up.
the ledge. Another flip off a ledge. Ed Scott packing it in.
Cartahara.
Here we go. Okay, short and sweet from Ed Scott, but did not leave anything left to the imagination. Those were insane moves.
That was a high impact run, and also the angle he took on that Cartahara, highly unusual.
All right, crowd, let's hear it for Xander and Ed Scott. We're gonna kick it to our judges who have a tall order ahead of them. Not an easy decision. Two very different runs, Josh.
Boy, that Cartahara, and also cart side up onto that platform. Strong, strong power there. And Ed does not want to hold hands with Callum.
Old UK boys. And it's
Ed
Ed Scott
takes
across
it.
the board. Why do you think Ed Scott took it?
Just some higher impact moves, a short but sweet run.
Yeah, I think a little bit more back-to-back action with the higher level moves, like you said. So
Yeah, no wasted space in there.
And with that, we're gonna kick it right into our next athlete. Coming to the stage, we got Callum Chatwin.
Hey, what's up, Durek?
Actually, Callum trains at the same gym that we just saw Xander Levitt out here. He trains there as well. Sessions Gym, shout out.
And speaking of odd angles for the Cartahara, Callum is no stranger to doing Sukaharas at the odd angles too.
That's right, Venice Beach. He surprised us
little
all.
throwback
We're like,
there.
why would you do that there? But I guess Callum will. So Callum's known for a pretty unique style. Oh, he's got his thumbs up to the judges. He's gonna go soon. He's known for his unique style, and I think this course actually plays into a benefit for him.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh, starting off.
Oh,
my
inward
gosh!
side!
A wobbly inward side. He landed it so well despite how hard it is to
Let's
start in that
go!
position. He keeps flowing.
Yeah, these connections.
Nice, here we go. Again, those tricks you see with the legs out, adding the style element.
Come on!
A unique moveset you can expect from Callum, and that was a really, really good run.
Yeah, that was delicious. That inward side, what a surprise.
What did you? I thought he was gonna pre to the bar in front of him or something. I did not think he was going backwards. That's for sure.
Just I thought we were gonna see some balance. I don't know. I wasn't expecting an inward side. That's
All
for sure.
right, insane run from Callum. Here comes Sean Newsham. Give it up.
Another British beast. Lots of power in this guy's repertoire.
We've got Britain in the house at this competition, and we were really looking forward to that coming out to an international space where people who couldn't make it out to California for the Venice Beach competition are now having a chance to maybe go somewhere a little bit closer to their neighborhood.
And Sean's got some really strong double rotations. Wonder if he's gonna show us some of those here.
Yeah, like full on the floor when he first got here.
Wait, up at 7 a.m. for training. But here we go, setting up for something potentially going.
Let's hear it for Sean Newsham.
Where is he going?
I think he's going across this gap.
Bio back full!
Yo, Sean, big
What do we
scoop.
got?
Double full,
Double
yeah.
full.
Twist on lock, like you said, Josh. All right, another short and sweet run.
Wow, that back full across the gap, really difficult to get that perfect. If he twists early, he is not gonna make it to that platform.
And trust me, you want to make it to that platform. All right, we got both athletes heading up here in front of the judges. Two very, very different styles here. Let's see what they think.
Now hold hands.
All right, paddle flip. We're trying to see him. Looks like Callum Chatwin moving on into the next round.
Nice job, Callum.
We got to talk about really quick while we're waiting for our next athlete to come out. In this first round, you kind of want to play it safe and leave some for the further rounds, but you also need to go hard enough to make it there. So, yeah, really difficult choice for some of these athletes, and we're going to jump right into the next one here. What do we got coming out, Josh?
Okay, coming out, we got the dumbest genius, Jacob Jeweler!
For those that don't know, Josh wasn't calling him dumb. That is his Instagram handle.
Yeah, that's his Instagram, by the way.
All right, again, holding a bag of chalk. Probably telling us he's going to the bars at some point. Jacob does have a lot of tricks on bar, but I mostly see him throwing double flips off ledges. Do you think we'll see those as well?
Absolutely. He's got the full in back outs. Man, he is so sick on the bars as well. And he can scoot trip like nobody.
Jacob Jeweler made it in through the last chance online submission to get out here to Oslo to compete in the main event. Let's see if it pays off, huh?
He's been looking locked in all day.
All right, Jacob taking the stage here. Get the okay from the judges. He's gonna send it. Yep.
There we go. Let's get it.
Opening trick.
Scoop. Full in, back out!
Decent recovery. He definitely didn't rotate as much as he needed to get onto his feet.
He's
but it
still
wasn't
going.
a hard landing. He's gonna recover here. No,
He's gonna call it there. Yeah, fair enough.
That's gotta be a bummer, man. I mean, you never want that to happen, but sometimes if you take a slip up in your run, you just gotta call it. If the flow is off, you don't want to be throwing hard tricks and risk not landing again.
Yeah, that scoot full in, high risk, high reward, and you know, taking impact like that, it's really hard to continue your run after that.
Okay, so we got Finn Bowens taking the stage. Finn
Now
also
Finn.
made it in last chance at our on-site qualifiers yesterday. Spinny boy.
And he's got some crazy, crazy flow. He's got some really nice steps, some wicked footwork. Really like watching Finn.
I just found Finn on Instagram like a few weeks ago, actually, and he's quickly become one of my favorite athletes to watch. So it's a real treat getting to see him on the stage here to compete. Yep. Oh, he's riding it? Oh, no.
Okay, I thought
Yeah,
he
I was
started.
like- So, again, these athletes are throwing high-level tricks. If you see them wiping their shoes, the ledges down, they're just trying to make sure that they're not going to have any slip-ups they're not expecting during these maneuvers.
Getting his last looks.
All right,
Yes, sir.
OMFG, let's hear it!
Let's go.
We go!
Oh, Lotus!
Across the gap, too. Like I said. Twisty boy!
Oh,
Yeah!
ball!
Call it! Okay, this is flowing nice.
Ooh,
Here we
right
go, down
into
the court.
pit
All right.
flip.
Everything landed well, flowed together well. Josh, what do you think against Jacob's run there?
Well, he didn't not land.
So we're gonna go to the judges here. Again, maybe another predictable outcome. You never know. Jacob Jeweler did do a really, really hard trick to start his run. Could it be enough? We'll see.
We're gonna have to find out.
All right.
Let's go, Finn.
Straight across the board for Finn, as we kind of expected. He's kind of looking surprised. He knew his opponent, Jacob, had the bag to take him out, but yeah, Finn looks stoked to be able to get it done. Our next athlete taking the stage here, Tomoya Suzuki.
A competition veteran at this point. High-level tricks, high level of flow.
We got to see Tomoya over in Venice Beach competing, but he was a little bit injured and his run didn't go as to plan. He's looking better now. I've seen what he's been doing in practice and I cannot wait to see his runs today.
All right. Yeah, he is looking confident as well. Just visualizing that run now, trying to remember all the tricks, and I'm sure he's got quite a few.
Yeah, especially if you plan to make it to the finals, you need 4 runs, and that's a lot of stuff to remember.
Making sure the camera guys are out of the way. He's getting all set.
The infamous parkour guy shoe wipe.
Just as much for the brain as it is for the body.
I swear, sometimes I don't even need it. I still wipe my shoes.
And 2 thumbs up.
All right, OMFG. Give it up for Tomoya without going across the gap.
What a landing!
Unexpected
B-boy.
flow.
Oh!
Definitely having some fun with his first run.
Spinning to
But
win.
not leaving out the hard tricks. He's not done. I kind of thought that was about to be the end of the run, but maybe one more big thing for a scoot. And all right.
Flat 2!
Flat 270. Explain that move, Josh.
So that is a flat spin. So his back is flat to the sky, and he is doing a 270 in the air, as you can tell by him coming out landing sideways.
Which is actually harder to do than a 360 because you got to cancel the momentum.
It's actually the steeziest version of that rotation.
Okay, you guys know him, you love him, the Tomato Man himself, taking the stage, Dom Tomato!
There he is! And it looks like he's going to be starting over on the right-hand side of the course. And he loves his gaps. He loves doing any kind of big rotation, a front flip possibly.
Yeah, you'll see some of the competitors spinning like crazy, flipping like crazy back to back. Dom just does all that at insane heights and distances.
Yeah, Dom's got some of the tightest mental in the game. See if it pays off here.
Here we go. Dom
Uh-oh.
also was at Venice
Uh-oh.
Beach. He didn't even mean to qualify, but he made it in. And
By
then,
accident.
Again, I don't know if he meant to here, but he's back for more. Maybe he really likes KOTC Venice Beach. 360 cross jab.
360 to
Another 360, but this time with a roll.
Oh, here he
Oh,
comes.
yeah. Watch out, judges. He might be coming your... Oh!
Oh, what? No way!
Are you kidding me?
What?
Tamoya, his opponent, is running to hug him. That was insane.
What?
Josh, let's break it down. Okay, so that platform is at least like 8 feet tall.
Holy crap, and there is such a small margin for error with that trick. I was not expecting that one bit.
He literally went right down in front of the crowd, too. I could kind of see something bounce. Like maybe someone's keys literally bounced off the floor when he impacted.
Yeah, everyone in the audience, check for your keys after that one.
Okay, so like we were talking about, Dom Tomato bringing not the explosion, the amplitude, I guess, the height, the distances, and some surprise as well.
Yeah.
How do you think it stacks up against Tomoya's run, though?
Now that front 1 and 3 really left an impression, but Tomoya was able to pack a lot of tricks into that run.
It was, but it was maybe a little long, so we'll see how the judges favor it here.
Because we are looking for short but sweet.
Short but sweet, but maybe a little less of the big tricks? I don't know. Not that wasn't a big trick off the top.
Whoa, what are the judges thinking here, man?
This is so tough. It's like these two lines were night and day with each other. Just complete opposites. All right, judges throwing it up.
Oh!
It looks like Dom is taking it.
takes
Wow!
away! Wow!
We'll see if he even has a second run planned. I mean, knowing Dom, he just came in, ready to throw that 1 and 3.
Man, Dom moving on to the second
All right,
round.
we'll give it up for both competitors.
Let's go.
We're almost to the end of our list here. We have 3 matchups left, and we're going to jump right in and get the next athlete out. Coming up, we have Lautaro Javo. Wow, I'm so excited to see this guy run.
This guy is a shoo-in for the podium in any competition that he shows up at. He has so much power, so much spring, and just some of the craziest moves.
He doesn't know how to take it easy. I was telling him in the on-site qualifiers, hey, have some strategy, see what other people are doing, whatever move you think is best. He goes, nope, I won't be able to control myself. I gotta go hard.
Yeah, he's an absolute master of the Webster double front, and most people would do some kind of a roll out of it, but he has enough power and tech to absorb it.
He does a pop backflip out of it. He comboed it yesterday at the on-site qualifiers.
Bro, it's absolute madness.
So Chavo's new to Kings of the Concrete. Does he fit in, Josh?
Oh, absolutely. This guy, if there was ever a king of the concrete, it could be him.
We have the stands on their feet. They're definitely wanting to see what's about to come.
Yeah, I wonder if the music off was a deliberate choice.
Okay. It's
All
moments
right.
like these where I get almost nervous with excitement.
Yeah,
Give it
let
up.
him hear it, everyone. That's right.
Romando!
Come on.
Give it up! Oh, here we go. Little Suicide Boys in the background there.
Come on. Music to go hard to, for sure.
Here we go.
Oh.
Back quarter, round off, double
back. Sticks it.
He landed it so well. That is like a cakewalk for Chavo. He's so used to throwing the double flips, especially out of a round off set. Whoa!
Oh, flip up onto the platform.
We've seen a lot of people do that gap.
Oh!
Wow, that was a perfect run.
Absolute
A
perfection.
couple things I want to break down here. The wall flip gap. A lot of people have gone over that gap, but they haven't used the wall to do it. Very unique, gonna last with the judges. And then Josh, what were the power moves we just saw?
Oh, round off double back off of that platform. Most people are used to doing that on flat ground, and he has a little bit extra air time to make it to his feet.
What you think would be easier, but it's actually scarier with that extra height,
Oh.
for sure. Chavo taking the impact. He's pretty used to it. Maybe holding his foot there. I kind of just saw a little bit. I don't know if he's wiping it off or if maybe he took a little heel bruise. Not what you want going into the second round, but knowing Chavo, he's got it in him to come back.
And also, not to mention that late full that he did at the end of his run. What a way to seal the entire thing.
Okay, so he still has someone coming out. They're backstage. We have Vincent Froyance coming next. He's backstage. He knows he's going against Lautaro, and he just hears the crowd going crazy. What do you think he's feeling back there waiting to come out and do a run?
Now, I bet he's feeling pretty locked in because Vincent has really been popping off on IG lately. Some of these combinations he's been doing on these slanted walls, he's done, dude, I'm not even going to describe it, honestly. You guys have already seen the Instagram clip, but
So
he's a killer.
you think that hearing the crowd go crazy, instead of being nervous, being more thinking like, oh my gosh, he must have gone hard. I now have to go hard because he's not seeing the run. You think it's actually making him lock in more?
Yeah, well, this is not the time to be making any kind of last-second changes anyways. I think hearing that, he's got to be like, man, I just got to lock in, I got to focus up, and I got to get this done.
I got to go out and do the Vincent thing. I mean, so Vincent yesterday in the onside qualifiers, one of my favorite athletes to watch, actually. He was doing Webster combos with double A twists across the gap, flip gaps over the rail. I mean, yeah, crazy. I'm really stoked to watch him, and I think he's coming out right now. We got Vincent Froyance.
Let's see him.
All right, running second.
There he is.
Against a formidable opponent, but he has the trick bag. Yesterday he was looking really, really confident, locked in. Even, you know, the athletes that were doing crazy tricks, you kind of see it and go, you know, that's fine, I got it. Next move is mine. And he would one-up them, do something crazier.
All right, look at that. He's locked in, baby. We off the grid.
Oh yeah, he is looking serious.
The
All right,
crowd
here we
is on their
go.
feet.
Let's hear it. Webster,
Set
the
to
double A
double A.
twist. Wow, yeah, really, really good use of the momentum to come. Cork over the rail!
Over a
Yesterday, he did
bar.
the gainer over it. I don't even know how you one up with the cork. There's not a lot of run up going into that.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Last side into the triangle.
Shout out Nate Weston with that one, and
Come
all right.
on.
Okay, this might be the hardest matchup we've had yet to judge. Lautaro brought it with insane power tricks. Vincent brought it with insane power technical tricks. Josh.
Dude, how do you judge between these two runs? Like Vincent, with the placement on some of these tricks, like there is a very, very little margin for error on that lache side, which is already such a technical trick, and he's got to land between a bunch of bars, and if you mess up, you are heading to Nutstown, man.
Yeah, and everything was back to back. And so these are both first timers, the Kings of the Concrete, but that just looked like a finals matchup. These guys definitely did runs worthy of the crown. The judges, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
We're gonna let you guys do a flip here, and oh wow,
Yeah.
it could go either way for me.
Yeah, that has to be the hardest matchup we've seen so far. The judges do not have an easy job here.
So yeah, as we get deeper into this bracket, the crowd is just kind of getting more and more onto their feet, and we're just in the first round here.
Yeah, what else does he have left in the tank after that?
You know, seeing those moves from both of them, I think they both have more in the tank. Here we go. What do we got? Oh, it's a close one.
Vincent takes it!
Vincent moving on!
Wow!
Oh my gosh, so
What an upset!
coming into this competition, Lautaro was definitely one of my choices, you know, my personal favorite. But wow, he just got beat out in a really, really close matchup. What do you think carried Vincent past?
Bro, it's gotta be the magnitude and also the environment usage that he had. A lot of the moves that he did were very unique to the environment that he had here.
Okay, so right into it. coming to the stage, we've got James West.
YOLO flow! Loved by everybody at the event, trickers and parkour athletes alike.
Yeah, James is actually an insane tricker as well as a parkour athlete. And you always kind of think if trickers were to get into parkour, we might be done for. And James is an example of that, I think.
All right, stoic as ever, James is ready. Yeah, come on, James. Cork D-leg! Pop double
Oh my
fold!
gosh. He literally does it so effortlessly.
Ooh, side
Side flip
splat!
launch. What's he's finishing with?
Whoa! D-leg twist! What a variation!
Okay, so we saw those tricking moves you were kind of talking about with the variations, the twisting, but he also did a lot of cool stuff using the free running side of things with the gaps. Wow, pretty good run.
Yeah, and that side splat on the slant wall, quite unexpected.
All right, next competitor taking the stage.
Oh, yes, it's Cosmo! One of my favorite athletes to watch. No pressure, though.
Definitely a crowd favorite. I mean, he's just so fun to watch because he's got unique flow and moveset. Josh, tricks, what can we expect?
Crazy off-axis business, that's
Grabs.
for sure.
Oh, he's right in. Okay,
Hey, Jovi
here we go.
twist.
Shout out Jovi, love it.
Oh! To the bar!
And there's that unique stuff I'm talking about. Nobody has
What?
used that bar like that.
No
It's
way!
a full combo, back-to-back tricks.
Bro!
Oh! Everything landed without an ounce of a slip-up.
Plyometric power, no steps in between.
Okay, so Cosmo just delivered. You said he was your favorite, no pressure.
Wow.
Pressure's off. I think he did it.
Yes, I am proud of you, Cosmo. What amazing work.
That was rapid. Wow. Again, like I said, so fun to watch. Maybe not, I wouldn't even say they're not power moves, but just the more creativity and flow aspect, linking things so well together in a way you wouldn't expect.
And making a line like that, when you're starting with the flip and going flip to flip to flip, if you even mess up that first one, the entire sequence is off, and
Yeah.
he nailed it.
We already got a flip. Straight to Cosmo.
Yes, Cosmo! Let's
Wow.
go! Shout out the Crappy Boys, shout out Poland.
Okay, that was that one felt quick for some reason. Maybe because there was so much to take in. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say other than I am excited for Cosmo in the next round. So here we go. Sending the next athlete out. The last matchup of the night, we have Sue!
The youth king of the concrete.
So this is Yunosuke Narita. I don't know why he goes by Sue, but we're gonna refer to him as Sue. Sue actually came in last minute. We had a dropout literally right before the competition. Yesterday, he competes in the first ever Kings of the Concrete Youth Division and wins it. He's sitting on a beanbag. We need a replacement. We go, what about Sue? He's competed with the adults before. I go up to him, he goes, yeah, I'm down.
Bro, and I talked to him this morning. I was like, you gonna go out training? He was like, nah.
Well, he's about to train some more. He has ran with the adults before at Venice Beach, so he's no stranger to it, and he definitely has the moveset. In Venice Beach, we did see an injured Sue, though. We definitely kept it a little bit lighter, but he just won the Kids of the Concrete competition yesterday, dude.
Kids of the concrete.
Yeah, youth division. So he's probably pretty amped up, ready to compete. Even though it's a
Really
last-minute
confident
injury,
on the
we'll see-
bars.
Yeah, we'll see some big bar tricks for sure. And all right, Sue chalking up. He's gonna give a little thumbs up to our judges. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Our youngest competitor.
He's so recognizable with the blue hair too.
Yeah, let him hear it.
All right, the signature Sue hype up hand.
Oh, here we go.
On the bar.
Big bar moves.
Double
Highway
play.
nails it.
Basically stuck
Oh.
the thing. Here we go. Back to the bar.
What's he got here?
It's Sue's second home on the bar, I swear. Whoa!
Whoa!
360.
Little off axis there. Nice.
I love styling tricks out like that because the judges really take note of it. You're
Nice
gonna do a single,
connections.
you might as well style it out. Side flip gap. This run is great. Let's see if he ends it right here with a full.
Wow.
Okay, Sue, young man, that was an insane run.
Holy crap.
Yeah, couple tricks you would expect to see from Sue. Again, couple bar things. The combo down to the bottom, I love that. 360 regrab, little slanty, I don't even know what you'd call it.
It took some of the hardest moves that he was doing yesterday and put it all into a line.
Okay, so Another guy with some insane style. TJ Vidal taking the stage. Oh, trying to take the stage.
Now, if there was one to puzzle the judges, it's gonna be TJ. TJ has some of the most creative moves in the game, an absolute off-axis genius.
He has creative moves. He also, like, even though they're already creative, he styles them out in a way that's just like adding the extra sauce.
He's also able to take a ton of impact.
We might see some of that right here. Here we go, TJ. Yeah,
Oh!
there's the grabs
With
and the
the late
style I'm
twist.
talking about.
What do we got here?
DJ.
Sweet cork zero!
Oh! Oh, I thought that might have been it. He's still going. TJ's doing tricks I can't even name. Whoa! What? Okay, stalled out dive over the gap, hands behind the back, connects with the blue crate and uses the hands to pull off a twist.
Damn, TJ, that's the hyper demon right there.
The man does not even need to go upside down for it to be interesting and difficult. Again, that's a trick you won't see any of the other competitors throwing. That was a fun one to watch. Two different very runs between Sue, Bar Master, and TJ, Style Master.
With moves that are incredibly difficult to name.
We're gonna throw it to the judges, but who would you pick if you had to?
Oh, I like TJ.
Yeah, TJ's was so fun to watch. Did the flow and difficulty stack up? Oh, there it is.
TJ
Looks like TJ's moving on.
Yes, sir. And he has enough tricks to bring him through the entire competition with new business every time.
Okay, that's it, Josh. We're already through round one. It's always the longest round. 16 athletes just went. We're now down to 8. We cut it in half. It's gonna go quick.
Bro.
You ready?
Dude, I got a couple highlights from that one. Ed Scott's Cartahara for sure. Dude.
Oh, I mean, everything. Dom Tomatoes 1 and 3.
Oh.
There was like so many athletes that just went. It's even hard to remember all the tricks, but hopefully you guys can see some replays for that one.
Absolutely.
Anyways, we're gonna take a quick break. We got more madness coming your way, guys. Stay put. We'll see you soon.
See ya. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Did you go somewhere? Get back here.
You do not want to miss it. We're already into our quarterfinals. We're down to 8 athletes. Oh my gosh, was it a good first round.
Holy dude, that was insane.
Okay, so we're gonna take a look at our bracket here. Yeah, we have Shea Rudolph who moved on, Ed Scott, some big names. Shea Rudolph is now in a great spot to go for the crown.
Whoa.
He has been in every Kings of the Concrete, but he's yet to take the crown. And today we don't have some of our usuals. We don't have a Rai, we don't have an Ellis Torhall. Yeah, his chances are looking pretty good.
Not to discount Ed Scott though. Ed has a lot of moves in his arsenal. He's able to mix in some traditional parkour moves, some high impact, and really high level tricks.
All right, guys, we're jumping right back in. We've got
Shay Rudolph! He's got some chalk in that bag.
Okay, so Shay had a really, really good first run. You're now into the quarterfinals. You're getting closer than ever to the finals. Yeah, I mean, look, he has so much in his arsenal. We can't really expect any moves from him, except for that they're gonna be big, they're gonna be connected well. Yeah, let's see. I can't wait.
Yeah, Shay is a fierce competitor. Honestly, anybody competing against him would be shaking in their boots. But I also got faith in Ed Scott. But this is a really, really stacked round, man. Either competitor could take it. And it looks like he's just letting the judges know he's got some moves that are going to be occurring in the back of the competition area. Explaining a few things, making sure that they don't miss out on nothing.
Yeah, imagine you did like a world's first trick in the back of the course and then the judges missed it.
Hey, maybe I did a world's first trick in the back of the competition. Nobody just saw.
What do you mean you didn't see the quint cork?
Yeah, I did a standing trip back. You guys were, everyone blinked all at the same time.
Flat ground.
Black ground.
All right, Shay, up high.
Yeah, looking like he's going to be starting on the highest bar in the course.
I love seeing Shay go on the bars. He has so many moves he can do off of it, you kind of don't know what's coming, but maybe a first trick is a big one, or maybe it's a flow setter, who knows?
What do we got?
He's on, he's gonna cast out, go over the bar.
Oh, what is it gonna be?
Cascade!
Cascader!
Nice, again, what I love,
taking
an unexpected route for sure. You love to see it. What I love about Twin Parkour's lines is they're always linked super well with minimal extra steps. We're seeing that here.
Oh, flyaway
all the way up! Straight to the pin flip! Going down like that off the platform into the pin flip makes it so much harder, and that's a great way to link into it. The flyaway up onto the platform, straight to a banger ender.
Like, what a way to get yourself to that ledge. Wow, and that, not to mention, the pull Kong to cat is actually quite difficult. So to go from cast Kong gainer, which is a very risky move, and I'm gonna shut up because here comes Ed Scott.
Yeah, the course use was great, and Ed Scott's also known for course use. So we'll see how he stacks up against that. Wow, yeah, Shay.
Bro, this is a beastly
tough competitor to
matchup.
go against. Ed Scott can definitely do it.
Yeah, two showmen, two competitors who have been in the game for quite some time. Very, very consistent, always training, always progressing. Getting them last shoe wipes in.
Okay, I'm stoked. Ed's starting way back in the corner of the course here, which means he's gonna use a lot of it probably.
Yeah, he is a classic big run-up type dude, and that is a thumbs up from Ed. Going through those steps, making sure they're all locked in.
Okay, big run up.
Dive cartwheel!
Nice, again, like I said, course use here. Coming into play, big course.
Cork
the
to the platform!
Oh my gosh, that's huge!
Double full!
Okay, short and sweet compared to Shay's run, but still packed in. Everything was landed perfect.
Now, one advantage he may have over Shay was he sealed off his run with a really clean landing, whereas Shay did have to roll out of that pin flip.
Rolls aren't always bad in parkour, but especially in Kings of the Concrete when you want to kind of, you want to sign it off.
That's right.
You want to sign it off with the judges sticking or stomping a trick with, some gang, some hand stees. That's, yeah. That's good. No.
And what's the decision gonna be?
Judges flip. All right, it's going to Twin Parkour.
Shout out Shay.
So I think just maybe a little bit more from Twin Parkour versus Ed. If Ed maybe put one more move in, he could have gone through. Not that his run was bad, just
Maybe kept it a little too short and a little too sweet, but also that dive cart that he did across that gap, straight into the side flip, was delicious.
Okay, here comes Callum Chatwin.
What's up, Callum? Do-rag activity.
letting the judges know where he's going to go. Yeah, this is so important, especially on a course like this. I know we keep touching on it, but these are hard tricks, man. It would really be a bummer not to get it judged if you landed something where they couldn't see it.
Oh, I think I know what we got coming here.
Did you see practice, or you just know Callum?
I know Callum. I know Callum's style.
Great style to get to know.
I'd put money on this one.
All right. Foot stomp. Getting the legs ready for something big, probably.
Here comes the signature.
All right. Double A.
Rise, twist
there we go.
across!
The precision to do a twisting trick across the gap is actually so insane. Here we go.
Whoa!
Yo! Very unique use of the wall.
Spinning out at the finish.
I think there might have been another trick there, and then he decided not to throw it, or just some Callum stees.
Bro, I knew that rise twist was going to go down, but I did not know about the dub bio 7 happening before that.
I know. I think it actually caught you by surprise so much you didn't say a thing about it.
I was like, what? Well, wait a second.
All right, Callum. Amazing run from you. We're going to move right into our next competitor here. Coming to the stage,
Finn Bowen! Yeah, two very clean, very flowy athletes. This is going to be a tough one for the judges. A pretty fair matchup. Two very evenly matched athletes.
To where Callum goes, well, actually, I would say Finn goes pretty off axis, too. I was going to say Callum likes to go off axis, and Finn does a lot of twists over his head, but yeah, no, he's an off axis guy, too.
Yeah, off axis, flowy, creative, spinny beasts.
For anybody at home who's watching that doesn't really do parkour, can you kind of explain off axis? What do we mean by that?
So it's not a front flip, not a side flip, not a back flip.
You're not going over. You're not going straight over your head.
That's right.
You're
These are tricks we borrowed from skiing, and we're not giving them back.
Okay, Finn. Big side gap over that rail.
There, A-twist right there.
The flow is rapid. Not any huge tricks
TDR.
yet. Okay.
Pop full at the end.
So maybe a safety run from Finn, and I'm not trying to diss him. I just know what he has in his move trick, bag.
Yeah, might have left a little bit in the tank.
Either he's leaving it in the tank or he wasn't expecting to get to round 2. I know in his first run, he kind of was surprised by the outcome, so maybe he just wasn't ready for this. He maybe didn't plan a second run, but still a good run nonetheless. We'll see what the judges say, and there it is.
Yeah, Callum. Callum moves on.
Maybe looking surprised. Yeah, he's looking stoked. Or he's nervous because he didn't plan a third run.
Oh, no. Actually, I was talking to Callum earlier. Callum does have a third run, but maybe not a fourth one.
Well, he's on his way into the semifinals, and we're moving right along. Like I said, we're going fast. We only have 2 more matchups coming your way. The man, the myth, the legend, Dom Tomato! Sterling.
Now, where will he front 1 and 3 from this time? JK, that's my bad.
He laughed at that, but he probably does have another dive roll ready to go.
Dive roll, dive front.
Yeah, I mean, so we keep talking about how some athletes we can expect tricks from them, and it's not a bad thing to repeat certain styles of tricks. These athletes have their strengths, and they're gonna use them to compete against their opponents. One of Dom's big rolls.
Yes, sir. Big anything. That is his signature.
We go Dom. Webster 2. Yep.
To dive roll! What's he got here?
Crowd's on their feet. Side flip down.
There's something
Ooh,
on the
Dom
bars.
on the bar. Okay, climbing back up the course again. Whoa,
360
okay.
cat.
That's so technical. If you miss that grab, your whole run is ruined. And
oh!
yeah, giant front flip down from that crate. Dom's pretty big, so he made it maybe look kind of small, but that is a big drop.
Yeah, and actually, pretty unusual for him to do a front flip from height off of 2 feet at the same time. Usually he's got a split step takeoff and takes off of 1 foot instead.
Yeah, that way you can dive out, make it look really huge. I don't think you needed to in this case, and especially if he wants to go to the next round. You don't want to go bigger than you need to and risk slamming your feet into the concrete really hard.
Yeah. But Dom's got those insoles, but here comes Vincent Froyant!
So Vincent surprised us all when he beat Lautaro last round with an insane run. I'm not surprised he went on. I'm surprised at how hard he went in the first round. I'm strapping in my seatbelt now because he's got that same focused look as last round. It could be more really big moves
And he's got some crazy
Yeah,
air
the
awareness.
foot stomp too. That kind of tells you like they're getting ready for some impact.
Yeah, getting the feet ready to
Big
experience
breaths.
some shock.
Vincent, time to blow us away.
Oh, what do we got here?
Okay, big swing. Lachey side across the gap.
At height.
At height and across the big gap, just making the trick so much harder than it even needs to be. He's taking a course route we
what's
haven't
here?
really seen yet.
Hey, dive roll.
Little shout
Very
out to Alice
technical.
Torhall there.
Wow.
Okay, a little bit slower pace on that run, but still packed in some really difficult moves. Let's talk about the Lachey side really quick.
So Lachey's side already a very difficult move, but to go at height across a gap and to land it nicely and carry on is a very difficult thing to do.
Hey, both athletes just did dive rolls, I realized.
True.
Okay, so both athletes up front in front of the judges. They're gonna flip to see who goes to the next round.
There's
It's
Vincent.
Wow, okay, Dom's run was actually really good. Why do you think Vincent moved on? Just really quickly.
Yeah, I think that Vincent just had some higher level tricks in there. We did have kind of a repeat of the Lachey into a trick, but he was able to switch it up by doing that dive roll instead.
Okay.
The final match, Cosmo versus TJ, two off-axis geniuses.
And we're gonna jump right into it. Coming up first, Cosmo, the crappy boy.
The crappy boy! Let's go. One of my favorites to watch. Able to do crazy tricks at a moment's notice, just so locked in.
We've got the stands on their feet here for this run. Let's give him some energy, guys.
Here he comes from the Red Bull Arch.
Right
Let's
into
go.
it, guys. Again. Oh!
Technical transition.
Technical.
No
Oh!
way!
Oh my gosh! I was about to say the technical moves you'd expect from him, and then he throws in the surprises you expect from him. He keeps going.
Are
Cosmo!
you kidding me?
You've outdone yourself.
Wow!
We had the grabs, we had the off-axis, we had the technicality, we had the surprise factor. Cosmo.
There's so much to break down from that run, but we just don't have time because TJ's on his way.
TJ, bro, you've got quite the challenge ahead of you, but you're the man to do it against an athlete like Cosmo. Look at him. He's dancing on his way out, dude.
There's no spoilers, TJ, but that was pretty nuts.
Hey, TJ's pretty nuts himself, dude.
Yeah, he's gonna have to put it all on the line, leave nothing off the table. TJ, show us what you got.
Oh,
Yeah.
He always looks so calm and cool up there, like he's got music in his ears or something, I swear.
That's the hyper demon.
All right, here we go.
Oh, inward tunnel side.
Yo!
Oh!
Again, styling out every single trick he does. Oh, little fake out! Oh!
Backside one on one. What do you call that?
That was so cool, man.
Bro, hit us
Again,
with a quick
every
misdirect.
trick kind of leaving me speechless because I don't know how to name it.
Yeah, I don't even want to.
Oh, look at him, little dance battle down here.
Yo.
All right. So yeah, both athletes down in the center here with Callum Powell from Store. Shout out Store.
Shout out
A
Store.
worldwide known parkour channel there. Callum is one of those athletes that everybody in the sport knows, and it's so cool to like end a run and come down and see like, you know, a legend there greeting you to raise your hand for a
And
gap
that's Cosmo.
in a moment like this, where Cosmo is going in to the semifinals. Wow.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Cosmo's run, that trick that he did to the slanted wall, a flat one straight to slide down. It is so difficult to nail that axis and then to also make it to the wall with good contact.
Yeah, we saw people flip to it with their feet. People have done flips off of it. Nobody's gone into it with their back facing the wall yet.
Bro.
Why is that so hard? Why is that so difficult and off axis?
Dude, it's such a tricky move because you need to get your chest in the right spot to nail that flat axis. And also, if you, it's very, very difficult for you to get just the 180 out of it without going straight into a 360 instead. Like, it's actually more difficult to do a flat 1 or a flat 180 than a 360.
All right, so yeah, some really unique moves we just saw in that round, the quarterfinals. We're set up now, semifinals. I can't believe we have 2 rounds left, but it's going to go really fast. And yeah, we'll be back after this break for some hopefully more insane tricks. KOTC, coming back. We'll see you guys soon.
Stay tuned.
All right, welcome back to Kings of the Concrete 4 here in Brumunddal, Norway. Shout out OMFG for having us out. So we're going to look at our bracket really quick because it's actually pretty interesting. On one side of the bracket, we have KOTC veterans, I guess you could say. They're returning. They've been in the competition before. We got Shay Rudolph and Callum Chatwin.
2 very, very different athletes.
2 very different athletes. So they're on the left side. On the right side, we have 2 newcomers. Not that they're new to movement. These guys are showing us skills that can only come from veterans.
Dude, who's going to take it out of the 2 of them? It's honestly a toss-up.
I don't know, but we're going to find out really, really fast because we're jumping in here. Coming up first, we've got Shay Rudolph.
Let's go.
So these athletes have 2 runs under their belts. Maybe the nerves are a little shook off now, but you're also kind of getting tired. 3rd round is tough. You want to go into the finals. You got to throw down. But you are gassed, and you want to save gas for the final. What are you doing here, Josh?
Bro, I think I'm just giving it all I got every single round. Doesn't
just
matter
go
how tired I
and
am.
don't stop until you win.
Yeah. Oh, yep, just checking the course. Yep, that's a good thing you did that.
Kind of a spoiler.
Yeah, what the heck?
What is he going to do there? He has to check the course for.
Yeah, all right.
All right, guys. Let's give it up.
Yes, sir.
We got a green card from the judge. Nate Weston. Shay Rudolph is about to lay it down. Shay. Double side flip! Okay, little under-rotated. It's not throwing him off.
But he can still save it.
He's so rapid. He's the lowest castaway you've ever seen into. Oh! 2 castaways back to back. 1 lands to feet, 1 lands to the hands.
Wow. So, yeah, tiny slip up on the double side flip, but it may not matter.
At this point, he has Callum coming up, high caliber athlete. You want to land everything perfect, but slip ups happen. The important thing is that you transition out of it well, and he did. So taking the stage now, the exact guy we're talking about, Callum Chatwin. We got the crowd on their feet now. We are in the semis, guys.
the winner of this round moves on to finals.
Just one step closer to being crowned king of the concrete and taking home the prize money. And don't remember, Josh, we still have a big trick award to hand out. And that could be from any of these competitors, whether they got knocked out or not. And the crazy thing is, there's been so many moves, I don't even know which one deserves it at this point.
Bro.
All right, Callum.
Get your boogie on.
Another balancing act to start his run. Adds so much difficulty, actually. Here we go.
Side.
To the Tsukahara! Landed really well.
Oh,
Nice.
sneaky
Cheeky little grab. I was going to say, you had to really be paying attention to see it in there. Nice.
Bio 7.
Classic Callum trick, half on half. That was a really, really good run. Okay, so, I want to talk about so much here. There's so much to break down. We need to be quick about it because this is just going to keep launching into each round. But Callum, linking things well, landing things well. No slip-ups in my opinion.
And then Shay with some really high-level tricks, but that small stumble on the double side flip. But the castaway to dive roll, pretty unexpected.
I also feel like Callum packed it in maybe a little bit more. I know we want to be short and sweet here, but there is a world where you go too short.
Yep.
Maybe Shay did. The judges are going to decide for us, luckily.
Yeah, judges have a difficult conversation between the few of them.
Yeah, they're all up and, yeah, this is tough.
Looks like they've maybe figured it out. Yeah,
Okay,
it's a
so we're
tough
going to go to
one.
a flip here. Again, Callum Powell down there with the athletes. Throwing it up to... It's hard to see. No way!
Wow, Callum takes it!
Callum Chatwin just dethroned a huge force in the free running competitive scene.
What
Shay
an
Rudolph.
upset! Wow, nice job, Callum. Bet you weren't expecting a fourth run.
Okay, so we have one athlete set for our finals. We're gonna jump into our other semifinal here and find out who else is gonna go there.
So on one side of the bracket, we had a face-off between the Americans, but now we got the Europe side with Vincent Froyens! Man, he has such a diverse bag of tricks. I really can't predict what he's got coming up here.
Yeah, like a really clean use of power tricks and technical moves. I think he's gonna blend it up again. Thumbs up.
Oh, he's
We're
ready
to
already.
find out. Yeah. Okay, starting down low. Nobody's really kind of been to this area yet, which again could play in your favor. Oh my gosh, is he gonna?
Wait.
Oh! Through the
hole!
inside of the course. I don't think anybody would even think to use that area. And you just one up his own trick with the Lachey side with even more precise landing zones. Okay.
He's
All
gonna
right.
call it there.
we go.
Wow,
So-
fair enough, bro. How did you know you'd fit in that hole?
So he's looking around. Maybe he was planning for more. He did have that one big trick in there that he's really going to have to lean on. Not that everything else was basic, but compared to what we've seen so far.
And if he doesn't move on, he could get sickest trick with that Lachey side through the gap.
Okay, so we're looking at our judges here on the course, looking at that landing zone for the first trick.
Bro.
Yeah, Z's shaking his head like
Never.
mind blown. It's disgusting. For lack of a better word, it's just gross and you would never do that. But Vincent just did.
Literally the only other person I can imagine doing that is Nate Weston, and he's way
Okay,
too tall
okay,
to
so
fit
we
in
do
there.
gotta settle down. We still got more competition to go.
Here he
Cosmo's
comes.
coming out. I'm gonna take a crack at this guy's real name because we haven't said it yet. He definitely deserves the recognition. It's Casper Cosmodor?
Casper Cosmonder, baby.
So you just say Casper, even though it's with the, okay, yeah. Well, we call him Cosmo.
Oh, he's ready already. Not unexpected.
Okay, he's going straight in. 360 across the gap
Clean
into...
steps.
A-twist. That's a unique one we haven't seen across that area yet. Oh! Not done. Double full!
Double full! Still
He's
going!
still going. Not expected him. Here we go. Oh!
Wait a second. Two very
Okay.
diverse runs leaning on different sides of sickness.
This is so tough. So here's what I'm gonna say, Josh. Vincent had the really gross trick through that bar area, but the rest of the run kinda maybe lacked a little bit of imagination.
Didn't stand up in comparison to that high level trick.
And then Cosmos just kept it going the entire time, surprise after surprise, and
And he was able
Yeah.
to seal it off in a nice fashion as well.
okay, so that was our semifinals. We're about to find out what our final is going to be. On one side, we have Callum, and then we're going to do a judges flip here to find out who Callum is going to be facing in our final.
Here we go.
Oh, it's going to Cosmo! Wow, so like I said, I think he just packed in a little bit more. He definitely got some surprise reactions from the judges. And yeah, Vincent maybe did.
Bro,
we have
Cosmo's
people
homie going nuts in the stands.
Okay, so we have people running out of the stadium right now. Some upsets for sure. We saw Shea Rudolph get knocked out. Sorry, Twin Parkour. He got knocked out. We could have seen him going to the finals, but instead we have Callum
versus Cosmo.
Cosmo. So again, KOTC is about these big tricks, these hard-hitting moves linked well. Uniqueness does come into play, but you do see a lot of competitors kind of doing the bigger, more known tricks they know they're going to score well with. We have guys doing tricks that you can't even name on the spot. You got to think about it before they do it, and it's doing well. So very different competition this time around. So with that, we are going to take one last break. We got to give these athletes time to rest a little bit, maybe plan a little bit. We have a really insane final ahead of us.
Nobody could have predicted this finals.
Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be back really, really soon with your KOTC 4 final.
Welcome back, everybody. We are about to throw it to our finals. We have Callum Chatwin versus Cosmo.
Two very unique athletes for sure. I want to talk about Callum Chatwin. We have his buddy, Rai, as our current king of the concrete. They're from the same area. It would be pretty cool if Callum was able to take it home for him while Rai's not out here.
And man, if you were getting tired of seeing only big tricks in the finals, you are in for a treat because we have some very, very different styles. This is a very different finals.
And here we go, guys. We're going to launch straight in. First up, Callum Chatwin.
Let's go. Lock in, Callum.
All right. So from Callum's reactions with the judges' decisions, I don't think he was expecting to make it this far.
Not at all.
I don't know why, because he's got the skills to bring it home. But here we are, Callum. Time to go to work.
Yeah, Callum's got a bag of tricks bigger than that purple one he's holding.
So you kind of said earlier he maybe didn't plan for a fourth run?
But had some ideas for sure.
Okay, so now you're here. It's time to do it. What do you bring out of the bag? Do you go as hard as you can, or do you go with what you know and try to put down something good enough that you will actually land to secure the prize, the podium, the first place?
There's no time to leave anything off the table. It is KOTC finals. It is time to throw down.
Risk it for the biscuit.
Similar starting point, but potentially something different.
Again, another balancing act every time he's balancing at the start.
You know what? That can kind of serve to lock you in as well.
All right, Callum. Oh man, the silence that just came over. Roll
Dive
bomb!
Onto the
Another
concrete!
Callum kind of signature trick. Great thing to start with for him because he knows he can land it and get straight into the rest of his run without worrying about slipping up.
Ooh,
Here we go.
unexpected there.
Nice. Okay, packing it in, linking everything super well. Back-to-back moves. Callum looks stoked. He's really gassed up after that one. So,
Man.
Our next competitor is going to come out. They just need to put down something that actually lands. Cosmo, right into it.
Come on, Cosmo.
All right, guys, give it up for Cosmo!
Big up the crappy boys. Big up Movers PLX. And here comes Cosmo.
All right, starting in an interesting position on the bar. Nobody's really... Yep.
Oh, Joey!
Oh!
It's a trap
Cosmo
door!
back to back!
Flyway up.
Oh, pin flip! I don't know if it was supposed to be monkey gainer or pin flip, Josh. I'm gonna leave that one up to you. He's not done yet, though. Yeah!
Oh,
With the late twist!
What?
Okay, he's also hyped. Both athletes brought it for the final.
Now, I don't know who's going to win, but I do know what the crowd screamed more for.
I would say near perfect runs from both athletes. Similar in the movement. Different in the execution. I don't even know what I'm saying here. I'm trying to say Callum, Cosmo, very different moves, but both amazing.
Whoa.
Okay, I'm out of breath. I am losing my voice. I'm screaming a lot. Usual thing for Kings of the Concrete, for sure.
So we're going to give the judges a quick moment to deliberate, and we will be right back, everyone. Well, it looks like I'm all alone back here at the commentator's stand. Where did Jeffy go? Well, he's over there at the front. Let's hear what he has to say, folks.
What an insane final that was, and what an insane competition as a whole. Man, oh man. I think I could get used to these Kings of the Concrete, Gabe. What an honor to be in Europe for the first time with this competition. Athletes, you guys did not disappoint. That was one hell of a show. Are you guys ready to find out who won some awards? Give it up! All right, before we crown a king of the concrete. We're gonna do our best trick award with the next level chain and 500 with the Lachey side through the course, Vincent Freerunning! Yeah, give it up for Vincent, guys. That one got the judges out of the beanbags to go see how gross it was. Okay. You guys ready? Callum, Cosmo, incredible runs, guys. Definitely a different final than what we've seen before. It's anybody's game if you ask me. Judges, are you ready? With the flip, count it down, guys, in 3, 2, 1. Oh! Your new king of the concrete, Cosmo! Let's go! Cosmo, I gotta talk to you really quick. I know you put out some incredible news. Wow, man, the first time to Kings of the Con, and you made it onto the podium. How do you feel?
I almost didn't participate over $30. What a moron!
Cosmo, you didn't even throw some of the moves we usually see from our kings, our full ins, you know, double flips, triple twists. You came in with definitely a unique style. In your final, you faced Callum, who also has a unique style. Are you nervous? How did your style play into this? How do you feel about it in general?
Actually, I felt a bit nervous, but I had all planned out, so... Yeah, and all the people were cheering me up. Thank you for all the support.
Give it up! One more time for the new king of the concrete, Cosmo! We'll be right back. There's so much going on down here. Lots of celebration to have. We'll be right back, guys. See you soon.
Bro, you guys could not see me back here, but as such a big Cosmo fan, I was in tears at the result, man. That was just the best possible result. I have been watching Cosmo for a minute now, and I have been thinking, bro, when is Cosmo going to win? When will the judges truly value his style, his creativity, his explosive power, his ability to just do crazy business at a moment's notice? Man, I am so freaking stoked on Cosmo. And he wasn't even gonna compete. Like, what? And then he goes from that all the way through the competition, and man, just seeing him doing his best business, it is the best possible result for today's Kings of the Concrete 4.
Wow, guys, what a KOTC to remember. Definitely a different showing than what we've had in the past. Oh, man. A new location, new country, new setup, new athletes, new king. Josh, you know this king pretty well, don't you?
Oh, dude.
How do you feel right now for Cosmo?
This is the best possible reality for me, man. Like, what a creative matchup in the finals. Not like anything that we've ever seen before in parkour history. It's not a triple flyaway per se, but it is a very different style. Two athletes, very explosive, very creative, and really locked in with their spins and their off-axis tricks.
Yeah, and again, I mean, Cosmo looks so stoked. He said he almost didn't compete over a $30 entrance fee, and he's like, why did I even consider not doing it? I'm sure he's so happy now, and yeah, the parkour community is happy for him. He's such a good athlete.
Dude, I was
great
in
person to be
tears.
around.
I
yeah.
was so happy at that result. Like, it just, like, it touches my heart so much. Just
Talk about it, man. What's going on?
Dude, he's so wavy. He's so sick with it. And just the way that he's able to place these tricks along the course with such precision for these off-axis tricks that are already hard enough for anyone to do, for him to put them into these crazy contexts is just mind-blowing. Like, people have no idea how difficult some of that stuff was.
Well, he's now earned himself a prestigious spot in the Kings of the Concrete Hall of Fame. We're not done yet. He's now qualified, and the top 12 athletes from this competition are now qualified for our next location, Vieste, Italy. That's right, we're bringing Kings of the Concrete to Italy in September. That could go crazy. That could go crazy. Yeah, man, we're excited for that one, but let's keep it here in Oslo. Guys, such an insane Kings of the Concrete. Thank you so much to Tempest Freerunning. Thank you so much to OMFG for having us. Oslo Movement, you guys have been incredible hosts for us. We'll run it back for sure.
Yes,
what an
sir.
event to remember. Thank you so much for tuning in at home. Guys, we'll see you back again. We're not done yet. Kings of the Concrete.
Catch you in Italy.
See you guys.